Hello everyone, Benji-Sales here, and thank you for joining me for my Nintendo E3 predictions slash preview video. Now I'm going to make 5 predictions for you today, and just to preface this, none of this is insider info, none of this is leaks. This is just me completely guessing at some of the stuff that we're going to see in this direct. So maybe all of this comes true, or maybe absolutely none of it comes true, but I thought it'd be fun to take a spin and just throw it out there. Now, to kick things off, I did run a poll on Twitter where I asked which game you are most excited at potentially seeing during this direct. And out of the 4 options, I put out there, 779 of you voted, and these are the results. 20% of you said Bayonetta 3, 18% of you said Metroid Prime 4, 34% of you said Animal Crossing, which won the poll, and 28% of you said Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, I'm also going to include some of your comments really quick in this video because I know some of you are looking forward to games that I could not fit on the poll. And yeah, in regards to the results, I'm not really surprised to see Animal Crossing take that top spot just because we haven't seen really anything on it at all yet, and that one is confirmed to be this year. So it makes sense that people are really excited to see what that game is all about. But at the same time, it is a little surprising it beat out Pokemon just because Pokemon's, such a huge franchise. But, I suppose we already have seen some of Pokemon Sword and Shield, so Animal Crossing is the bigger unknown of the two. All right, that's going to do it for my poll results. Let's jump into the actual predictions. All right, so for prediction number 1, I am going to predict that we're going to see Bayonetta 3 in some form during this direct. Now, whether that's going to be a quick, just story overview trailer to give us an idea of where they're going in regards to that, or whether it's going to be a more in-depth actual showing of the gameplay as well, I'm not sure. But that game has been announced for long enough that I'd be pretty shocked if we don't see it in any way, shape, or form. So far, all we've gotten is just that little teaser, at the Game Awards, and that was quite a while ago now. So obviously development still has a ways to go. This game is definitely not this year, probably not until, sometime later in 2020, because I don't think it's early in 2020 either. But still, I think it's just been announced long enough and enough development has happened that I'd be surprised if it's not there in any way, shape, or form. Obviously, Platinum's going to be talking about Astral Chain a bunch because that is going to be much, much closer to release. But I suspect we're going to get a 1-2 combo with that, right? Maybe show a big Astral Chain, blowout, and then just a tiny tease of Bayonetta 3 at the end. For prediction number 2, I was thinking to myself, what franchises does Nintendo have the best odds of announcing a new entry for, right? Because it would feel weird to have a big E3 Direct with no new game announcements. So I narrowed them down, and I think we're going to get either a new entry in the Legend of Zelda franchise announced or in the Pikmin franchise. Now, I realize I'm kind of cheating here by giving myself 2 options, but you know what? It's my video, so I'm giving myself my own rules. And, Link's Awakening has been announced for the Switch. That is coming this year, but I'm talking about a whole brand new Zelda announcement, a 3D Zelda successor to Breath of the Wild. So if they do announce it, I don't expect anything major, just a slight tease saying, maybe this game's going to come at the very end of 2020, maybe that's next year's major holiday title, or a Pikmin game, right? Whether that's Pikmin 4 or some sort of major Pikmin entry in the franchise. That just seems really the best odds out of the established Nintendo IP that I think are going to be announced. Going to prediction number 3, I'm going to predict that Metroid Prime 4 will not appear in any way. Now, to be honest, this is the safest of my predictions because that game recently seems to have just been rebooted internally and development completely restarted by Retro Studios. So that's very, very early days. This game's probably not even 2020 anymore. Honestly, it might even be 2021 now. So I will be shocked if we see anything Metroid Prime 4 related at all. I think it completely skips this E3, and we don't see it again in any way until next year's E3. Prediction number 4, I think Nintendo is going to announce a brand new IP developed in-house, first party, something we've never seen before. Now, what sort of game this will be, I have no idea. Which of their teams is going to be building it, I'm not sure either, but I do think it's time, right? We haven't seen a big new IP released from them in a little bit. We had ARMS right whenever the Switch first released, but we haven't had a ton of, big first-party efforts that are a brand new IP in a little while. And sometimes Nintendo gets some flack for, kind of reusing their franchises over and over again, something I don't have any problem with personally, because they're always putting a new twist on it and a new spin. And let's be honest, they probably have the deepest selection of first-party characters of any publisher in the world to use. But I think it's time. I think Nintendo's going to announce something brand new. And for prediction number 5, my final prediction for the Nintendo Direct, I think we're going to get some sort of major third-party partnership announced, right? Nintendo's become more open recently towards being a little bit more lenient with their IP and working with other publishers and partners a little bit more than we would see them in the past, right? One example was Ubisoft making the Mario and Rabbids game, where they actually were mixing Nintendo characters with a Ubisoft-owned IP. So I think we're going to get something like that. Maybe it's a Microsoft character appearing in Smash Brothers, right? Maybe you're going to get that Master Chief or Banjo-Kazooie showing up in it. It's definitely a possibility. Or maybe it's something like, like we saw with Ubisoft, where another third party is going to make something with Nintendo characters in it. I'm not exactly sure what, but I do think we're going to get some sort of surprising, out of left field, just like, another example, whenever we saw Star Fox in Starlink, right? So Nintendo's clearly becoming a lot more open with their IP usage, and I think we're going to get something really exciting like that. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up my Nintendo E3 predictions / preview video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a little bit of fun. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe none of this is going to happen. Maybe all of it's going to happen. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you think some of my predictions might actually come true, and let me know some of the predictions that you've got, that you're expecting to happen. If you like the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. It helps me out so much, helps the channel out a ton. And if you don't follow me on Twitter already, make sure you do at Benji-Sales. It's the best way to get a hold of me and talk to me about video games. I'll dive into the comments on this video as well, of course, but Twitter is always where I am super active. Thanks again for watching, and next up is going to be my Microsoft E3 predictions video. I'm going to do that probably next week. I think that's going to be a really big one, so I'm excited for that. And if you haven't watched it already, I did make an E3 predictions video for Square Enix, Bethesda, and Ubisoft that you can find on this channel. Thanks everyone. See you in the next video.